Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Stats and Chats. I'm Jason.
And I'm Bella. This week, we'll be giving you our NFL Combine preview, our final Olympic recap, free agency preview, I guess, and some baseball.
There you go.
Bing, bang, boom. Let's get started.
Bella, football's over. F1 hasn't started.
And I'm depressed.
The Olympics have ended. What do we do? What do we do?
We sleep?
Hey, I do have a number of the week. You ready?
Of course you have a number of the week. When don't you?
23.5 million.
Okay, you're just going to keep talking over me again. Why is this a daily occurrence now?
23.5 million. You know what that is?
No.
The
Why don't you tell
average
me?
number of viewers across all NBC platforms throughout the Olympics. 96% increase over the last Olympics in Beijing. It's pretty amazing, right? All 15 days of competition averaged over 20 million. Opening ceremony, 21.4. But going back to the one number, 23.5. Pretty awesome. Sport. It's what's for dinner.
Fire. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So yeah, we got to figure out what to do with ourselves. Fortunately, we only have a little over a week until F1, so it's really just this weekend. And there's swimming,
Fire.
of course. So,
Of course.
of course.
Perfect timing.
So yeah, but you want to talk about the Olympics?
Sure.
All right, we'll dive in there first. So the Olympics wrapped up just a few days ago. Finished up with Norway leading the way with 18 gold medals, which is an all-time record, 41 total, also an all-time record. The USA captured 12 golds, the most ever for a U.S. winter team. Johannes Klæbo set a record with 6 gold medals, which is the record for a single Winter Olympics. And then a couple of other highlights. Alysa Liu captured gold, the first U.S. women's free skating title since Sarah Hughes back in 2002. And then obviously the weekend wrapped up with both the men's and the women's USA hockey teams capturing gold, both by defeating Canada in overtime. So the highlights just kept coming, both across the Olympics and for the U.S. team. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Can I have a quick ASMR moment?
Yes. What is happening?
It's ASMR.
What does that mean?
It's like noises that are just like satisfying.
Does everybody feel that way?
Like,
Okay.
you know?
That was a little more satisfying. You know what? Okay.
Oh.
So when you think of, what are they called?
ASMR?
Does that stand for something?
Yeah, I can't tell you what it is. I'm looking it up right now. It means a feeling of well-being combined with a tingling sensation in the scalp and down the back of the neck, as experienced by some people in response to a specific gentle stimulus, often a particular sound.
Okay. Huh. And that's what those were?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, if you're talking about just sounds that strike a certain feeling or emotion, the first thing that comes to mind, I don't know why, maybe it's because...
Is the medals hitting the floor?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you were going to make some joke about the medals.
Oh,
like,
no,
breaking
that
off
would have been
there.
a good one. All the gold, all the Olympic medals. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they were breaking. No, I was actually thinking of soda commercials.
Yeah,
and
like
that
the
classic sound. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's ASMR.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Well,
getting the vibe.
do you think people are going to like to hear your sound?
Probably not, but it's okay.
All right. We might need to pull that out.
No, I like.
Okay.
So
But we're here for the
satisfying.
audience.
No, they're here for us.
No,
I'm just
they're
kidding.
not.
Joking.
Nope. We're here for them. We're providing
It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Okay.
So it's like a sensory thing with like sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, back to the Olympics. So a lot of great stories. We talked about this last week. We could spend 3 hours talking about the different storylines and the different athletes over the course of the games. What are a couple of your kind of surprise winners coming out of the Olympics and some of the stories behind?
Okay, so my first one is the men's hockey team winning. Because, okay, I don't think it was surprising that Canada and the US were in the final together, like in the gold medal game together. But I think it was surprising that the US won. No offense. It was their first gold in 46 years, which is insane. And Canada had 42 shots on goal while the US only had 28. And they won in overtime.
The game, I think best summed up, Canada's team was stronger and they played better. The United States goalie played the best.
Yep.
And that's so many shots on goal, so many chances to win during regulation for Canada.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Like when it was 5-on-3.
Yep.
Sorry. Should have scored a goal on that.
Well, the third period, they dominated the third period.
Yeah.
Canada. So, yeah, definitely a surprise. And
you want to know a
great
fun
to see.
fact?
Always.
Matt Boldy scored the fastest goal to start a men's Olympic gold medal game.
Wow.
It was only 6 minutes in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Previous record. Fun
Nice.
fact.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep. Pretty fire. You have one?
I do. I have two, actually.
Well, I have another one too.
All right. Well, my first one, and I talked to her about her a little bit last week, is Elana Meyers Taylor. So she won the gold in the monobob. 41 years old, most decorated black athlete in the Winter Olympics history, 6 medals in total. But before this Olympics, she had 3 silvers and 2 bronzes in 4 prior Olympic Games, but had never achieved the gold before this year. And then sure enough, won the gold. Just an incredible story. Mother of 2. Again, I talked about her last week. Truly inspiring. Both of her kids, special needs. She was seen after she won the Olympics signing both of her kids to tell them what had happened and how much she missed them, and just truly inspiring and really cool story.
Fire, bro. Yeah, both of her kids are deaf.
Yes. Yeah.
I know sign language too. Fun fact.
I know.
I don't know if everyone knows that, so I'm going to say it anyways.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing.
You want to know what we're doing in ASL this week? We're doing a skit.
Cool.
So you have to make up a story and sign it with a group.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my group is doing a job interview. And I'm the person being interviewed.
That's great.
So I have to sign the most.
Are you going to sign any of those noises like you had at the beginning of the
noises?
Okay. Just checking.
No. Actually, you can. But no.
Okay.
So weird. Okay, so I have another surprising story, and it's in alpine skiing. It's in the men's giant slalom. I think that's how you say it.
It is exactly.
It's kind of
a
weird word. Slalom. Slalom. Sounds sad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Lucas Pinheiro Braathen. I think that's how you say his name. He's Brazilian, but he's also Norwegian. He was born there, but his mom is from Brazil. So he's competed for Norway in the past, but there was kind of a falling out between them. So he retired in 2023, and then he came back to compete for Brazil, which is the country that his mom is from.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And he won the first ever gold medal in the Winter Olympics for Brazil. And it's the first medal for all of South America in the Winter Olympics.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And he defeated 2 Swiss Olympic champions in the process.
That's amazing.
Yes. They took silver and bronze, and he took gold.
Very cool. That's a great story.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard anything about it.
And he's only 24, I think. He's young.
All right, my second one, U.S. women's hockey. So the men, obviously incredible and completely agree. The women, too. So they won 2-1 in overtime. Context, before that, Canada had won 4 out of the last 5 Olympic gold medals. USA had only won in 2018. And so definitely a underdog going into the game. The defense throughout the Olympics allowed just 1 goal in 6 games before the final, so 2 for the entire Olympics. Hillary Knight with the tip in with just over 2 minutes left in the game. So it was tense throughout the entire game. It was her 15th career Olympic goal, which is amazing, and her 33rd career point in the Olympics. And then in overtime, Megan Keller with a backhand, just over 4 minutes into overtime, 3-on-3 hockey, extremely exciting. You know somebody's going to score because it's so wide open, and just thrilling, amazing, and just a great effort by the U.S. women's hockey team. Also ended up being the most watched women's hockey game ever, with ratings of over 7.7 million during overtime. Just fantastic. Definitely surprised. One that we were all hoping for, but fantastic way to wrap up the women's hockey competition. So yeah, that was it for the Olympics. A lot of great storylines, a lot of great competition. Obviously, it was must-watch TV and drew a lot of people, and we met a lot of great athletes. So really, really cool. And now we turn the page and get ready for LA 2028. Just a couple of years away, which is awesome. All right. So we put a bow on the Olympics, on to the NFL.
Yep. So the 2026 Combine is official. Well, when you're going to be getting this, it's officially underway in Indianapolis with live on-field drills starting on Thursday. Some players to watch: Ty Simpson, who's a quarterback from Alabama; Jeremiyah Love, a running back from Notre Dame; and defensive freak Sonny Styles from Ohio State. So, which player are you most excited to watch?
It's interesting. You know, the Combine has evolved over the years. It used to be all the top prospects go, and in more recent years, more and more players that are already expected to be drafted in a certain place, especially in that first round, choose to sit out, especially some of the quarterbacks, because they see it as more of an opportunity to lose a little bit of momentum as opposed to gain momentum and a higher draft placement. But all that being said, I am very curious to see how Ty Simpson does at the Combine for a few different reasons. One, just looking at the overall picture, there are about 10 teams that are looking for a new quarterback in this offseason, which is a huge number. We know that there have been a ton of coaching changes. So a lot of teams, everybody from the Raiders to the Browns to the Steelers, the Dolphins and more, looking for a starting QB. And this draft class is projected to have a lower number of quarterbacks that are true viable starting options than have been the case in the last couple of years, right? The last couple of years have actually been more QB heavy. This class only expected to really see 2, possibly 3 quarterbacks drafted in the first 100 picks. So Ty Simpson is one of those quarterbacks. Why am I curious about him? Well, first of all, Mendoza is pretty much the consensus #1 pick, and he's not going. So Ty Simpson is going to have kind of that QB spotlight on him, but he's only been a 1-year starter at Alabama before going into the draft. So that makes his performance at the Combine that much more important for him and for all of the scouts and teams looking for their next starting quarterback. So looking at his stats from last year, threw for over 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, only 5 TDs or 5 interceptions. His QB rating was 102.6. So strong year last year overall, but he's had to come back from some injuries, everything from a bulging disc to cracked rib. He's lost a lot of weight during the course of the season, but then gained it back toward the end. He's projected to be the second quarterback selected right now. The question is, Is that going to be in the first round? Is it going to be in the second round? Is it going to be the third round? So there are some free agent quarterbacks also in play for some of these teams this year. But, it could be Malik Willis from Green Bay. Could be Mac Jones from San Francisco. Did a great job starting a number of games last year while Brock Purdy was out. Both free agents. But, this is an important draft, an important year for a lot of teams to set up their quarterback situation for the future. And Ty Simpson could be in the mix, but a lot is going to be riding on how he does in the combine. So that's who I'm looking for. What about you?
So I picked Jeremiyah Love. He's the running back from Notre Dame, and I'm really excited for his 40-yard dash because I feel like for a running back, that's like really important, and it can either like benefit you and show that you're like elite like Saquon, or it's like
meh. He's meh. Is he meh?
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to watch that, and I also think that can help him be placed with the right team because I think he has a lot of potential as long as he's placed with the right team and like a good team that has like a solid foundation for him. During last season, he had 199 carries for almost 1,400 yards and had 21 total touchdowns. So 18 of those were running, and then 3 of them were receiving touchdowns. So
machine. Touchdown machine. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a lot.
That's great. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting for him as well. I mean, he was outside of the Miami game, he was basically unstoppable throughout the course of the season. So
I'm sure you love to pride yourself on that.
Well,
I
did play for the national championship at all. Yeah, no, I think both of those players are going to be interesting. And you and I were just talking about it. I just think it's great to see these players at the combine and just all on the same field, all with the same kind of measures and tests, and to see who steps up. So we will see. Free agency. It's also right around the corner. Opens up March 12th. So some of the top targets on the list: Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati, Bryce Hall from New York, George Pickens from Dallas. So a lot of potential players going into free agency in just a couple of weeks. Which one are you looking at as the most important potential free agent this offseason?
So I picked George Pickens. I picked Pickens.
Pick Pickens.
He's a wide receiver for the Cowboys. It's not official that he's like entering the portal yet.
Because they might put the franchise tag on him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's very likely that he does.
Okay.
And in my opinion, if he does, then I think he has the highest potential in free trade for the offseason. So I'm going off of if he enters the portal, but yeah. So he had in my opinion, a big breakout season last year. He had 93 receptions, a little over 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns in 17 games, and he's only 24.
Ooh,
which is
I didn't realize that.
Really young.
Yeah.
For someone to be that good and to still have that foundation. And I don't feel like, he was like a rookie and immediately came in and had this great season and fell off. Like it feels like he's building up still. So I think that makes him very valuable because finding someone who's still young that can do everything that he's doing
could be a number 1 wide receiver for a team, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, interesting. So many teams need quarterbacks, and to be able to match those quarterbacks with a number 1 wide receiver who's proven, that's big. That's big. Yeah, that's interesting. I will be very curious to see if Dallas puts the franchise tag on him. I kind of think they will.
I feel like they will, but you never know.
You never know with Jerry Jones, right?
No, you literally don't. You literally don't.
It's the Wild West down there in Dallas. No, I think it's a good one. Mine is, so again, I'm looking at this quarterback situation across the entire league and just how many teams truly need a number 1 starter for a variety of reasons. So I'm looking at Kirk Cousins. 4-time Pro Bowler.
Yes.
Obviously was kind of the backup, kind of the starter in Atlanta for the last couple of years. Had a huge contract there, and then Michael Penix was drafted, and Penix has been inconsistent at best, and then tore his ACL at the end of the season. But he went 5-2, over 1,400 yards, 10 TDs last season. Just got released yesterday, so just released. So he is officially a free agent, and there are a lot of teams that need a quarterback. So he's 37, he's getting up there, but for a team maybe that wants to draft one of those quarterbacks this year, maybe that wants to draft a Ty Simpson, having a vet start for another couple of years and be the mentor can be really, really valuable. Or maybe they drafted one last year,
especially if they're
yet.
in like a lower position in the draft and not able to really get, one of the top tiers.
What if, and I'm just going to throw it out there right now because I think it is a possibility. So the Vikings let him go a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that's how Atlanta picked him up, right? And then Sam Darnold came in, won a ton, and they let Sam Darnold go.
Yeah, I don't
all
really
for
know
J.J. McCarthy.
I don't know what's really going on.
Well, they drafted J.J. McCarthy 2 years ago, thinking he was going to come in and be the superstar starter. Hasn't really panned out, injury and otherwise.
Yeah.
So, and the Vikings need a starter.
Yeah.
So, how fascinating would it be if Kirk Cousins went back to Minnesota? And would he go back to Minnesota?
Definitely be something for the plot.
It would definitely be something for the plot. Yeah, so I'm keeping a close eye on him. I think that's going to be fascinating. My second choice, my 1B choice, and I'm not going to elaborate on it, but, Pittsburgh's got a new coach now.
No.
And he used to be the head coach of our favorite.
No, my least favorite.
40-plus-year-old quarterback.
Least favorite.
So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. But
no more.
Pittsburgh might be Mr. Rogers' neighborhood once again next year. We will see what happens. You see what I did there? Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Mr. Rogers. It's like the old show.
Actually, I've never watched that in my life.
I know, but you know what it is.
No, I don't.
You don't know what Mr. Rogers' neighborhood is?
No, I have no clue what you're talking
Won't you be my neighbor?
Like Daniel Tiger's neighborhood? Like, won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
Yeah,
won't
that's
neighbor?
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
No, that's Daniel Tiger's neighborhood.
Okay. We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one.
But it's Daniel Tiger's neighborhood.
Let's move on.
AKA the PBS show with a bunch of little animals.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. It's Mr. Rogers.
It's Daniel Tiger.
Oh my gosh. Where I have failed you. I have failed you.
Clearly, if this is this big of a deal to you.
Let's move on to the Diamond because the boys of summer are back. Spring training just started. The end of last week, game started on Friday. You can hear the bat and the ball in the background. So we got a little over a month before the season starts, but a lot of offseason moves. Everybody from Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso, Bo Bichette, Kyle Tucker, and more. A lot of big names, a lot of big moves. Which one are you looking at the most going into the season?
Well, I have to go with the one that affects my favorite team. The Cubbies. Oh.
Go, Cubs, go.
I should have worn my new shirt.
Plenty of time. Season hasn't even started yet.
I think I'm wearing it on Friday.
Okay. It'll be warmer.
Maybe. Yeah, warmer. But it's not purple or orange.
Oh. No, it is not.
I might just,
not our colors.
I might just skip out on that. Skip out on the purple and orange. Sacrifice it,
Okay.
But anyways, sorry. So I picked Alex Bregman, and I think he's really consistent. That's something that stuck out to me overall is just his consistency. He's a third baseman for anybody that doesn't know. He's participated in 2 World Series. So that's pretty good. And recent ones at that. He's an all-time leader for home runs and RBIs by a third baseman in postseason history, which is pretty cool. So last season in 2025, he had 18 home runs, 62 RBIs, and a batting average of 273. I also think he solves the third base rotation for the Cubs because they've kind of just had it's like a little hole right there that people just keep migrating into and migrating
Yeah.
out of. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a little like rotating circle.
Yep.
And I also think because they have a younger roster, I think it allows him to have like a leadership position. And that in turn sets them up for like a longer postseason run because they're going to have that leadership. And because the season has so many games in it, you have to have like the strong leadership that's really going to like pull through in the end.
Yeah.
I also think he's like very versatile as a player. So that allows the Cubs to kind of play a little bit more with their structuring. So
Yeah. Totally agree. Really excited to see what he does
think
there.
he has a lot of benefits. So
Yeah. Really excited. Really excited. It's interesting going into the offseason, there was some skepticism on how much the Cubs would do. And it turns out two of the biggest moves affected them. One was bringing in Bregman, and his resume, undeniable. And the value that he brings, just like you just outlined, undeniable. That's really, really exciting. And as a Cubs fan, I'm very excited to see that, especially with what they achieved last year. The other big offseason move that affected them was Kyle Tucker. So, four-time All-Star, 2022 World Series champ when he was with the Astros before he came over to the Cubs. Considered among many to be one of the top, if not the top, free agent this offseason.
yeah.
One of only 6 players since 2020 with 100-plus home runs, 100-plus stolen bases, 300-plus walks. So, elite company there. He just signed. His contract is 4 years, $240 million, which is the highest in Major League Baseball history. He has opt-outs after year 2 and year 3. With his signing, the Dodgers' total payroll is projected to be over $400 million, with $120 million in luxury tax on Tucker alone. So as soon as he signed, and you put it again, they won 2 in a row, right? The Dodgers. So the rest of the league, after he was signed, the rich are only getting richer, and it triggered, again, calls for Major League Baseball to institute some sort of salary cap. So we will see where that goes. But in the meantime, the Dodgers are playing by the current rules, and obviously they're winning. So
obviously they're winning.
We will see. Yeah. And we're going to
We're
going to opening week. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So that is that's our baseball wrap. Let's talk about some good stuff.
Yes.
You want me to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay.
I said, do you want to go first?
I want to go. Hey, I want to go first.
Okay.
All right, I got a couple. The first one, actually, they're both from the Olympics. So the first one, there you go, is Eileen Gu. So we talked about her. I talked about her a little bit last week as kind of one of the most interesting stories of the Olympics. And that story just continued over the last week. Yeah. So there was a moment where she was being interviewed. There have been a couple that kind of went viral over the last week. So a little bit quick background again on Eileen. She's the most decorated Olympic freestyle skier ever, with 6 medals,
Daddy.
3 gold, 3 silver. In Milan, she won a gold and 2 silver. After her competition, she was asked a couple of things. One, your 2 silvers mean that you lost 2 golds. And how do you feel about that? And she just started laughing.
I saw that clip and it was so funny. She just started laughing in their face, and I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
And she said, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and went on to talk about just how amazing and valuable and grateful and proud she was to be on the stage and achieve medals in any way, shape, or form, which I thought was brilliant. But then the second, there was a question from the press and one of the reporters asking her if she thought before she spoke, because she always replied to questions so quickly, but also so thoughtfully. And it didn't really matter what the topic was. And she goes to Stanford, and she is a very smart person, much smarter than me.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how she talked about how she approaches her own brain like she approaches skiing, and that she likes tinkering with her brain, and how the reality is that she controls her brain and she controls how she thinks, and she's very introspective and takes time to journal and really think about how she thinks. And I thought it was amazing, because then she went on to talk about how she wants to become the person that the 8-year-old version of herself would revere, and how that is truly the biggest flex of all time. And I just thought it was so smart, so sharp, so thoughtful, and refreshing to hear from an athlete that it just blew me away. So that's one.
My good stuff is not that good stuff. So my good stuff is about so it's about this dog.
Dude, the dog is amazing.
His name is Nazgul. I think that's how you say it.
I think you're right.
It's a 2-year-old Czechoslovakian wolf dog. It's so funny, I can't. He escaped from his kennel and basically ran on the women's cross-country team sprint course.
Yeah.
And he was the 3rd place qualifier for it. The unofficial one, obviously.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, didn't they time him? Like, didn't he actually get, like...
I don't know, but he was so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
It was very funny. I don't think he affected the race.
No, I don't think so. Like, no... Yeah, he didn't, like, hit any skiers or anything. Like, it wasn't...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like... It was just funny because he was just, like, there, and oh my God.
It was hilarious.
Cutie.
Yeah. He was cute. It was very cute. And it was very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I think NBC clocked his finish time.
That's fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he like ran the whole thing. It was so cute.
Amazing. That was a great highlight. All right, I got one more, and that is Mike Tirico. So he was the NBC host of the Olympics, a common voice for all of us that watch and listen to sports, and very common for everybody watching the Olympics, because he called the Super Bowl the day before he flew to Milan to cover 2 weeks of the Olympics. So first U.S. broadcaster to call both in the same year. Flew from San Francisco to Milan. Closed out NBC's coverage after the USA men defeated Canada in hockey to wrap things up Sunday morning. But I love how he signed off. And I'm just going to read it verbatim because I think it's an awesome message to leave the Olympics, right? Yeah. The pinnacle of sport that we get to see every 2 years, every 4 years in either winter or summer games. And the way he signed it off, he said, for all the young people out there, those dreams are for now. Go chase them and go get them, because our country loves sports and it brings us together unlike anything else. And I think, we've talked a lot about why we do this podcast, how sports have always been a part of our lives. And I think that Tirico really helped quantify it in a way that makes a lot of sense for all of us right now. A lot of things to disagree on, but even if you like a different team than the person next to you, it's really easy to love and appreciate the players on those teams competing together.
Yeah. And why they're doing it.
And so I just thought it was really cool and a really great way to wrap up 15 days of competition between the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
So that's my good stuff.
Fire.
Right on. All right. That is our show. So in just a week, no football, but it is time for our F1 preview. So we will do everything from ranking the liveries, because they're all new, some more different than others going into the season, to predicting the drivers' champion, the constructors' champions ahead of the first race of the season in Australia, the Australian Grand Prix. We'll talk a little bit more spring training and more.
Fire.
You want to take us home?
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow on Instagram, Threads, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. You can watch all of our stuff on there, which if you're hearing this, you're probably already doing that. So make sure to go tell a friend. Leave comments, likes. We love to hear it all. Thanks.
Thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Bye.